Hello, friends. The season, so powerful. You can almost feel the veils between the worlds becoming gossamer thin. And we feel that the unseen realms are wrestling. Here I am in my garden at the end of October, speaking to all of you and joining with you through the magical ethers of the internet. This is a season where we can go beyond the borders of time. It's a season when our ancestors and allies on the other side are more potently present. Their presence is in ours and ours is in theirs. So many cultures know this and show this in their ritual practices. Of course, the celebrations of Dia de los Muertos, the parades in the street and decorations in the cemetery, it's very uplifted, it's joyous. In the Judeo-Christian rituals of All Hallows Eve and All Saints' Day, the Wiccan rituals that are so alive at this time, and the Yizkor rituals in which we call upon the dead. All of these practices acknowledge and honor the Olam Ha'avot, the ancestral plane, as alive, as flourishing, as wanting to make contact with us. So our minds may be trained by our culture to think what you see is what you get, but the spiritual life goes on. It goes on and on, beyond time. And the unseen realms have their own power. So let me be clear, we want to stand strong in this world, which is also coming into a very powerful threshold time, a liminal moment with the elections in just a few days. We want to say definitively, no, we don't want to get stuck in a bardo. We don't want to get stuck in any threshold space. We want and need clear transitions between what has been for the last years and what has taken us down and what we are moving into in the next era. There's a story, a Kabbalistic story, a Hasidic story of a pious man who is dressed in religious finery. He comes to his master, he comes to his Rabbi, a Hasidic master, and he has a kapota and a shtreimel. He's dressed in beautiful satins and a fur hat. And he lays out all kinds of enthusiastic plans before the Rebbe, all manner of ideas, and the Rebbe stops him short and says, "But Wolf, you are dead. You must let go now and go to your new home." Oh, the man is startled. He says, "What, Rebbe, what are you saying? I'm not dead. I'm in the middle of all these things. I'm important. I have so much to accomplish." "Wolf," the Rebbe exclaims again. "Wolf, you are dead." "Prove it to me," he says. "What do you mean I'm dead?" "Just look," and the teacher picks up the hem of his black satin coat. He raises it up to reveal the white death shrouds beneath them. "You see," he says, "it is done. Your life is done. It is time that you make your way now into your new abode." Letting go can be difficult. As we all know, transitions can be difficult. Sometimes we're at the height of our powers and we feel that we must go on, but we must leave it. We see that in our world, and we must be on hand now to call out the truth, like the Rebbe, to say, no, you are dead, you must move on. And we must know that where we are too, which is in this world firmly, we must know that we are alive without getting caught in the in-between spaces, but be firmly here, grounded and clear-headed, because It's a difficult world, but it is a very extremely important world that we live in. In Kabbalah, the sages teach that there are many dimensions, many worlds, but only in this one dimension here, in this world, that we can affect changes. In no other world can these actual physical evolutions happen. The physical world is called the world of action. And it is here that we have hands to cast our votes, and mouths to speak the truth, and feet to march and protest, and hearts to break open. These things cannot be done. They cannot be accomplished in any other world. So, however powerful RBG is, however great her soul still is, there are things that she can no longer do for us. Only we can do them for ourselves in this world. Having said that, it's also important to say that we can open channels for the assistance of the wise and well beings who have graduated from this earth plane, the bright and benevolent souls on the other side who have messages for us. They want to help. Reb Zalman of blessed memory used to say that the souls on the other side want to help. They have messages to get to us, but we here have to open the doors. We have to turn on the spigots. We have to invite their help. If we are open, we can hear their guidance. If we are open, we can receive their assistance. And then we can be their hands, and we can be their feet and their mouths and their hearts. We can actualize their wishes and augment their goodwill. So, my friends, let's do a practice now that creates a bridge to this invisible realm, the Olam Ha'avot, if you're willing. If you're willing, I'd like to ask you to, wherever you're sitting right now, to lean back, to relax. You can lie down if you like, or sit up, but just let go. If it's useful to you, close your eyes, and in any event, bring your attention inward. Maybe you can hear the wind rustling in the leaves here. You can slow your breathing down. I like to breathe right into the portal of my heart, and I invite you to do the same thing, perhaps to a count of 4 or 5. Inhaling as if you were inhaling right through the door to your heart of hearts, and out to a count of 4 or 5. Feeling the season upon us, feeling the thin veil between us and the beings in the next dimension. Invite you now an ancestor or a friend, a teacher or a spiritual ally who has left this world. Just see if they want to come, see who wants to come. It might be a grandmother or a namesake, a parent, or even a child who has gone before us. In this line of work, the ancestral healing work, even children are our ancestors once they have departed this world ahead of us. See who wants to come before you, and just let's go one at a time. Ask for a clear image of their face, of their being, someone who you feel and know is wise and well, someone who is bright and benevolent, who wants to help, who is on your team. Bring them in strongly in your mind's eye. Show them where you are in your life right now. Just show them without words. Just say, Hineni, here I am. Look. And this is where I need help. This is how we need help. I'm asking you for your guidance, for your psychic powers, for your assistance. And this could be for my personal choices. It could be for our collective choices. It could be for all that is coming to us in this world in the next weeks. Please help. And simply open your portal to this kind being. And with the ears of your heart, listen. What do they want you to know? What do they need you to hear that would benefit you? Now, there may be somebody else that's lingering. Open your aperture to see who that is, lingering in the margins, the periphery. See who that is and bring them in now. Another soul. As long as this soul is loving, as long as this soul is bright and benevolent, once again, bring them fully before you. Show them where you are. Show them how you are. Show them your particulars, your dilemma, your question, any controversy that you feel, any place that you need help. And to this kind and benevolent soul, give your ear, give your heart. And listen well. Sometimes it will come in words, and sometimes it is simply a feeling that envelops us. But if there is something specific that you must do, please ask for that. If there is direct, particular guidance, be open to that too. And with your next breath, receive. Receive strength. Receive the empowerment. Receive the confidence coming to you, the love and the good wishes, the goodwill that's coming to you from this invisible realm. As if you could surround yourself in it, create a capsule of protection, empowerment, health, vitality, with the goodwill of your ancestors on the other side. Some people say, I have no ancestors, or I can't reach my ancestors, and some people have more difficulty. So if that's your case, and it's not easy for everybody, remember that our ancestors are also the great beings of this earth plane that we have known. They're historical figures. Perhaps they're biblical figures. Perhaps they're the great masters, Sufi masters or rabbis, the Kabbalists, or the great Tibetan lamas who have walked this earth. Perhaps it is Martin Luther King Jr. or Rosa Parks or Gandhi, Mother Teresa, the Baal Shem Tov. It can be a historical figure as well. It's said that any great being who is called in earnest will come to you from the other side of the universe, will reconstellate into the being that you have called to help when called for help in earnest. So who is it that you emulate, that you can call in during this season when the veils are so thin? It's not weak but strong to ask for help, especially when the time is ripe. So breathing in deeply, my friend, see yourself in your mind's eye now bowing to this invisible plane, bowing in reverence and honor to the ancestor that has come to you, to the spiritual ally who has configured him or herself to come to you. And with your next 3 breaths, would you wiggle your toes? Would you rub your hands together? Make some heat with your hands. Place them on your face or at your heart or at your belly. And come fully back into view. Fully back onto this earth plane, this beautiful month, as the leaves are released, as old patterns are released, as old patterns from our particular lives as well as our collective lives, patterns and people. May the ancestors from the next dimension, may all the great powers be with us as we thread this needle, as we walk through this liminal state that we're in now. Don't forget to vote. It's so important. And take best care of yourself.